Ever get that feeling? You know,
Oh,
like
no.
you're running a marathon, but like
Yeah.
at a sprinter's pace.
Right?
But you're still kind of stuck in the same place. I was
Yeah.
there. Like I was hitting my goals,
Yeah.
but I felt strangely unfulfilled.
Yeah.
And that's when I picked up this book, High Performance Habits, by Brendon Burchard.
Oh, yeah?
And let me tell you, this book was a serious eye-opener.
It's interesting because this book, I think it challenges
Yeah.
the traditional definition of high performance
Okay.
because it goes beyond, I think, just accomplishments.
Yeah.
You know, it focuses on something much deeper, like
Okay.
thriving
I like
in every aspect of your life.
So untack that a little bit.
Okay.
What does thriving actually look like in this context?
It's about operating at your best consistently.
Wow.
So
Okay.
not just in these like bursts of achievement.
Right.
The book really emphasizes fulfillment,
Okay.
well-being,
Right.
as these like cornerstones of high performance.
Yeah.
And this is the really fascinating part.
Okay.
It moves away from this idea
Okay.
that it's all about innate talent.
You mean we can ditch the
Yes.
I'm just not cut out for this.
Exactly. You can ditch it.
Okay.
Because this book really dives deep into the power of habits,
Yeah.
suggesting that
Okay.
it's our daily choices,
Uh-huh.
not some,
Yeah.
like predetermined ability, that ultimately shape our success.
So it's not about some like elusive talent. It's
Yeah.
how do we unlock this high performance potential?
And that's what we're going to be exploring in this deep dive.
Okay.
The 6 habits that Brendon Burchard identifies as this like foundation of sustainable high performance.
Okay.
And these habits,
Yeah.
they're not just pulled out of thin air.
Right.
They're backed by a decade of research,
Okay.
which I think makes this book particularly compelling.
So are we ready to kind of dive into these
Yeah.
6 habits?
Let's do it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the first habit that Brendon Burchard talks about in this book is seek clarity.
Okay.
And he tells this story
Yeah.
about this woman named Kate who on paper
Right.
seems to have it all figured out, right?
Yeah.
She's got this high-powered job.
Right.
She's got the money. She's got the success.
Yeah.
But she is deeply unhappy.
And I think Kate's story really highlights that trap that a lot of us fall into,
Okay.
which is that we're chasing
Yeah.
external validation
Okay.
without ever really defining what actually matters to us.
Okay.
So we hit milestone after milestone
Yeah.
without stopping to ask, like,
Right.
is this even what I want?
Right.
Does this align with my values?
Right. Is this actually
Right.
my version of success?
Exactly.
It might look good on paper,
Right.
but it doesn't feel good in here.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what that first habit, seek clarity,
Okay.
really urges us to do, like
Right.
to define our own version of success
Okay.
and fulfillment.
So it's about getting really clear on what makes you tick,
Yes.
not what society says should make you tick.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And that internal clarity then fuels the second habit,
Okay.
which is generate energy.
Okay.
And for this one,
Yeah.
Burchard uses a Silicon Valley executive,
Okay.
Arjun,
Okay.
as an example.
Okay.
And Arjun's this classic case
Okay.
of burning the candle at both ends.
Yeah.
He's neglecting his health,
Right.
his family,
Yeah.
his well-being, all in the name of,
Right.
you know,
Productivity.
productivity.
Right.
We've all been there. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we've glorified this whole hustle culture
Yes.
to the point where it's like
Yeah.
a badge of honor to be
Yeah.
beyond exhausted.
Exactly. And the irony is it's
Yeah.
completely unsustainable.
Right.
And so the book really delves into like the science of energy,
Okay.
highlighting this crucial connection between
Physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
right, because you can't perform at your best if you're running on fumes.
Exactly.
And this isn't about being some sort of superhuman, you know,
Yeah, sure.
energizer bunny, but it's about
Yes.
cultivating sustainable
Yeah.
practices, I guess,
Exactly.
to kind of fuel your work in your life.
Exactly.
So how do we escape that
Right.
constant state of burnout? Does he?
Yeah, he does.
To give some-
He gives some really practical tips. And one
Okay.
that really resonated with me, and I'll
Okay.
admit,
Yeah.
I was skeptical at first,
Okay.
was this idea of a release exercise.
What is that?
So he basically suggests this thing
Okay.
where you visualize releasing the tension of your workday. Okay. Before you even walk in the door at home.
Okay, so wait.
Yes.
You're visualizing releasing tension. Like,
Yeah.
does that actually work?
It's interesting. It's like a very
Awesome.
subtle mindset shift,
Oh, right.
but it can be surprisingly powerful
Okay.
because a lot of us, we drag
Yeah.
the weight of our work into our personal lives.
Right.
And it blurs those boundaries.
Right. And you're not.
And so it's like by consciously creating this like mental separation, you create space for the energy and the presence to show up in all areas of your life.
It's about being more intentional with your energy.
Yes.
Instead of it being dictated by these external circumstances that are happening.
Yes.
I love that.
Good stuff.
All right.
All right. What is up next?
What is up next?
On this high performance habits list.
Okay. Habit number 3 is raise necessity.
Okay.
And this one really dives into like the why behind your actions.
Okay.
Like, why is high performance non-negotiable for you?
Okay.
What are those?
Wait, what's that driving?
What are those drivers? What are those deeply held beliefs that fuel your desire to excel?
It's like that saying, necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Exactly.
When you feel that, you tap into this wellspring of motivation.
It's like this.
Like almost like
internal fire.
Unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly. It's like connecting to that.
Inner fire.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're getting into like the nitty-gritty of productivity.
Right.
With habit number 4.
Yeah.
Which is increase productivity.
Okay.
And I know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking?
You're thinking,
isn't
this about working smarter, not harder?
Ding, 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 ding. You got it.
Right.
Who wants to work more hours in a day?
Exactly. And that's precisely what this habit addresses.
Okay.
It dispels this myth of work-life balance.
Okay.
And advocates instead for this focus on prolific quality output.
Prolific quality.
PQO, as Brendon calls it, catchy, right?
Yeah, what does that mean, though?
So PQO, it's basically about identifying the key outputs that really move the needle.
Right. Those like
in your life.
High leverage activities.
Yes.
Okay.
And then relentlessly pursuing excellence in those areas.
So it's about understanding like
it's about quality over quantity.
Okay.
It's about making every action count.
Right.
Not just being busy doing a million things.
Okay. I like that.
Right.
But how do we identify those key outputs?
Well, Brendon.
Yeah.
He outlines this 5-step process for both defining and achieving your PQO.
Okay.
And it's incredibly practical.
Okay.
It's insightful.
Okay.
It involves elements of ruthless prioritization, time blocking.
Okay.
And even this thing he calls pre-hindering.
Pre-hindering.
Which is essentially anticipating and eliminating distractions
Right.
before they derail you.
Okay, so it's like you're setting yourself up
Exactly.
to be successful.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got
the clarity.
we've got the clarity, the necessity,
the energy, and the necessity.
and now we've got the productivity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Habit number 5
Okay.
takes a little bit of a turn, I think, towards like a more social aspect of high performance, which is develop influence.
Develop influence. Okay.
And now before you think this is all about like manipulation or some Machiavellian tactic, it's really not.
Right, because who doesn't want to be more influential?
Exactly.
But in an authentic way.
Yes, exactly.
By being sleazy.
Exactly. Brendon's approach
Manipulative.
to influence is rooted in understanding what motivates people.
Okay.
Building genuine connections.
Okay.
And communicating
Okay.
in a way that inspires action.
Okay.
He actually, in this section, tells this great story
Okay.
about a guy named Juan
Okay.
who's trying to get his business partner on board with a new strategy.
Okay.
And they're constantly like
Okay.
butting heads.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Until Juan tries a different approach. Instead of arguing his point, he starts asking questions.
So he shifts from trying to convince to trying to understand.
Exactly. And in doing so, shifts the entire dynamic.
Okay.
Because by listening intently and asking insightful questions, Juan actually creates space for collaboration and ultimately influences his partner's perspective in a way that arguing never could.
It's amazing how powerful a shift in communication can be.
It's amazing.
When you actually listen to what people are saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we are on the last habit.
The last habit, which is demonstrate courage.
Demonstrate courage.
Yes.
I have to admit, when I first read this, I thought it was going to be about, like, facing your fears, you know, like public speaking, all that kind of stuff.
Right. It's much deeper than that.
Okay.
Burchard actually argues
Right.
That courage isn't the absence of fear.
Right.
It's the willingness to act in spite of it.
Wow. I like that.
Right.
Okay.
And he even shares in this habit his own very personal story about confronting his own mortality.
Oh, wow.
Which is a story that I think truly reframes our understanding of what it means to be courageous.
So it's not about becoming fearless.
Right.
It's about tapping into this.
It's about that.
Inner strength.
To kind of keep going.
Keep going.
Even when it's hard.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And it gets easier each time we do it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Each time we choose courage.
Right.
Over comfort, we expand our capacity for high performance.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
We've explored these 6 habits that Brendon Burchard lays out as this foundation.
The foundation.
For high performance.
For high performance, yes.
Seeking clarity.
Yes.
Generating energy.
Generating energy.
Raising necessity.
Raising necessity, that's a big one.
Increasing productivity.
Yes.
Developing influence.
Developing influence.
Demonstrating courage.
Demonstrating courage.
As you've been listening.
Yes.
Which of these habits really resonates with you?
That's a great question.
Which one feels most relevant to your own journey?
It is. And
right now.
Here's a thought-provoking question maybe to consider as you reflect on that habit.
Okay.
What's one small step you can take, like today, to integrate it more fully into your life?
So you don't have to.
You don't have to
overhaul your entire life.
Overhaul everything.
Right.
Overnight. Yeah.
Start small.
Start small.
Be consistent.
Be consistent. And remember, high performance is a journey, not a destination.
And speaking of resources for this journey,
oh, yes,
we've got some great stuff for you.
We do.
On our website.
Yes, we have a summary.
A summary of the 6 habits.
Of the 6 habits, we've got
some practical exercises.
Practical exercises.
To help apply these habits.
To help you apply these habits.
To your everyday life.
To your everyday life, exactly.
Well, we've even got a link to that 50-minute timer.
That 50-minute timer that Brendon recommends.
For
building in those breaks.
For building in those breaks, yes.
Throughout your day.
Love hearing from you guys.
Yes.
Share your takeaways.
Let us know.
From this deep dive.
What you learned.
With us on social media.
Yes.
Using #HHabits.
#HHabits.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Keep seeking clarity.
Keep generating energy.
Keep generating that energy.
And keep raising your own bar.
Raising your bar.
For excellence.
For excellence, exactly.
And remember.
Yes.
Enjoy the journey.
Enjoy the journey.